Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Friday, June 12th, 2026. Yesterday, the Brad Lander trial, one-day trial, came to a not stunning conclusion in which Judge Ricardo said acquitted, not guilty. He wasn't really given notice. I think a lot of it came down to the prosecution, the U.S. Attorney's Office, not cross-examining him. He took the stand, he said what he wanted to say, and when it came their time, they just said, "Is that you in the photo?" Big mistake, because, I mean, unless they wanted him acquitted, because Judge Ricardo said his testimony was unrebutted. So I'm assessing it for self-servingness, but it was not, they clearly don't contest the facts. So that was a mistake. Later in the day it was announced, it wouldn't seem to be related, that Jay Clayton is being nominated to be the DNI, National Intelligence. I guess that'll mean a new U.S. attorney. Who will they get? He can name whoever he wants. After a certain period of time, the judges would have to sign off, and it has to be. Jay Clayton was a savvy selection. We'll see who's coming next. We'll be covering it. We're covering a trial in SDNY, and we'll be covering it today. Malvasio. We sort of put it off. We covered the arraignment, but these are two real estate guys. It's called advance fee fraud. Yesterday, there was a CFO of a Chicago land-based real estate company that applied for some massive loans, $24 million in Vermont, $8 million in Illinois, and paid like $250,000 appraisal fee. And then the guys just ghosted them, never paid it back, according to the indictment, of course. The trial is ongoing, and we're covering it. There were some severance issues. We'll have more on that today. It's in front of Judge Furman. I do not think we'll be live tweeting that trial. But who knows? On the UFC front, the UFC fight is coming Sunday, I believe. It's right around the corner. There was a case filed in the District of Columbia to stop it. There was briefing, and yesterday Judge Mehta said, no hearing on the TRO request, I'll decide on the papers. This would seem to mean he's not going to give a TRO. You never know. But to put a stop at this stage, you'd think there'd be a hearing. So I've got my eye very much on that. Now, also in DDC, I still continue to have my eye on this Libya case. There's all kinds of filings, many of them improperly sealed from my point of view. I wrote to Judge Dabney Friedrich. She docketed it and said, I don't read letters. Filed an MC miscellaneous case that's been assigned to her, and so far it's still nothing. I think there's some misunderstanding. This is an ongoing project. The purpose of the unsealing project is to say, if the right to open courts is to mean anything, there has to be a procedure for the press and public to challenge sealing, and it cannot involve formal ECF filed motions in the docket, because then you have to have a district certified and admitted lawyer to contest any unsealing, and that's simply excluding the vast majority of the population and many publications. So we continue to beat the door, and we'll be beating the door today in the District of Maryland. That said, now let's go financial and democracy. All right, this is Chinese music. It's not a funeral. It's a lone violinist. Okay, People's Bancorp of Ohio is seeking to buy Citizens Bank of Kentucky. And not only Fair Finance Watch, but many people in Kentucky have written to the Fed opposing it. I've gotten copies of these and written about it. Yesterday, People's responded. They said, Inner City Press, hum to data, we know more than them. But they barely addressed what their own constituents said, and that's wrong. I would much prefer they address them. And I realize, is it because the Fed is so dismissive of these regular people? These are, I don't want to call them MAGA people. This is a test for Michelle Bowman, governor, and Kevin Warsh, new chairman of the Fed. You heard it here first. People, citizens. Finally, on the UN, we wrote a scoop yesterday about the strangely named Seabed Authority. Yes, there's funny business in the Seabed Authority. And we've raised it. I think the UN, it's part of the law of the sea, UNCLOS. We've raised it to the UN and to the U.S. Now, Mike Waltz has been in the UAE. He promised a readout of a meeting. It hasn't happened yet. But more importantly, we're getting near July 4th, in which he's going to be spending U.S. taxpayers' dollar on a VIP boondoggle on the UN roof. And we've FOIA'd it, and we're going to pursue it. If this is the last vlog of the week, have a good weekend.